Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This one, I've got a new charger that I put into my van, and also kind of a catch and cook. I share some diving that I did, a little bit of spearfishing as well. It was a really awesome trip out there too. So without further ado, here it is. Hope everybody's doing good out there, enjoying your summer. I'm enjoying mine. It's been very busy, but anyway, I'm just gonna grab this stuff here. The water I get is reverse osmosis, so I always add trace minerals to it. This stuff I buy locally, but it's from the US. It's Anderson's Health Solutions, a bunch of electrolytes in it. So anyway, it's good stuff. If you're filling up with reverse osmosis water like I do, I totally recommend adding something like that to it so you're not depleting yourself of minerals and electrolytes, because that's no good. These two are good and empty. All I do is give it a good squirt like that, and that's it. Okay, that's water. Pretty simple, but that's what I do. Anyway, just coming up to this little park here where Saxe Point, actually, it's a beautiful little spot in Victoria, and every now and then I'll come out here just to hang out, sometimes cook lunch, eat lunch. There's a lot of other people that do that too, and there's a beautiful view of the ocean. But yeah, that'll be a good spot just to do this little install, I believe. Yeah, fingers crossed. It's a pretty straightforward little operation I gotta do this morning. These shady spots are kind of nice, but this is the real gem up here. Here we go, I think that's good. Let's go check out the ocean. It's really beautiful out right now. I had a friend who wanted to go snorkeling here today, but I said I had this stuff I had to do, so I wasn't able to do it. And tomorrow I'm gonna go do some spearfishing, and I didn't want to get my suit all wet because there's a little bit of a hike into where I'm going, and I just don't want to have the extra weight. But yeah. Anyway, Saxe Point. This is the spot. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I'm working on. It's pretty cool. I'm excited about it. What I've got to do is in here, the electrical closet, I'm going to pull this thing out, and I'm going to put this thing in there. So basically, that's my DC to DC charger, which charges the van battery down here. That's that big SOK one that I've got. That battery's been rocking it really well. I've been running my freezer up in the front full time, which is right there, ever since I've put this in here, which I wasn't able to do with the previous batteries, which is really nice. And I got a video about that battery too. If you want to check it out, I'll link that up here or down in the description. It's really a kick-ass battery for this kind of thing, and really anything really. It's a really good battery. But anyway, the DC to DC charger, this one's a 30 amp, and the battery can take a bigger charge. So what I could do is I could get another one of these and just double it up. And I've got this little sort of like, there's a little stud in here that I use, kind of like a bus bar. So I could mount two of these together. But then Victron just came out with this new one, which will communicate with all the other Victron things that I have in here. So that's the new charger. And this one's 50 amps, and it's like half the size of this one. There's a noisy car right there. Anyway, yeah, it's half the size of the other one in terms of just the physical size of it. And this was something that I bought with my own money. It's not a sponsorship or anything like that. There it is. Boom. So yeah, this is way smaller than the other one. And I also got some new crimps to go on here, so we'll put those on too. So I'm just installing these things here right on the end of the wire. So it's just a ferrule connector, and I use my crimps for that. These ones are by Wirefly. I'll put the links for these down in the description, but this is just an Amazon purchase. These are amazing crimps because you can get all these different types of jaws for it for everything that you're gonna do. Okay, I'm showing you on a different clip because I just couldn't get the camera in there where I was doing this on the other one, but you basically just do that with the wire, and then we'll do this one here, and then you just crimp it on like so. There we go. This one would, so it looks like that. And then that will go into these things really nicely. It's just a nice clean way of doing the end of wires like that for this kind of thing. And that's that tool there. Well, I feel like unprepared for this. I need a slightly bigger wire to go from that terminal block over to the charger. So I need to go get that, and I need a bigger fuse as well because the fuse in there is 40 amps and this thing's gonna push 50. So I also have to change the fuse up in the front of the van as well. So I didn't think this through too much, but anyway, just gonna go get going and go get that stuff. All right, this video is all over the place. I'm in a different location. I just pulled the charger out of there because I picked up the new wire and I was concerned that it wasn't going to fit within the terminals on the inside, but I just confirmed that it does just. So anyway, I'm just shortening it up right now. I won't be able to use a ferrule connector on this one. I just don't have the right one. So I'm just gonna go straight in like that and then put this in the van. Okay, that's it for back here. Last step is programming that thing on the app. So I'll do that now. Done. And that's what we want to see change right there. There we go. Anyway, success. Just had to change some of the parameters for the start voltage, engine shutdown sequence in the app, but that's pretty well done, and we're good to go. Anyway, I'm going to shut this off, and we'll get going on this fish in a new place.
You'll have to keep watching for that new place, but don't worry, we're going to get there by the end of the video. In the meantime, there's a story behind the fish. So this is a little side adventure that I went on a little earlier this summer with my friend Chris AKA, who also goes by PNWSamson on YouTube. We went down to the beach to meet up with our friends Fred and Laurie and go out on their brand new second-hand boat that they had just got to do some spearfishing together.
Yeah, pretty good. This is very exciting. Oh, I'd like to see that smile too, right on.
So the first place we got to was just this incredibly beautiful area. We didn't spearfish at this spot, we just kind of poked around and looked at all the different marine life that we could see. My friend Chris was taking some amazing National Geographic footage of a bunch of seals So I do suggest going over to his channel and checking out his version of this particular day. He did a superb job sharing that video. And for me, I'm just poking around, looking around for different fish and seeing what's out here and all that sort of thing. By the way, if you've never had the chance to swim through some of these kelp forests and you get the opportunity to do so, I'd say definitely go check it out. It's one of the most surreal experiences that I can think of. You quite literally get to fly through these areas that are incredibly beautiful and captivating, and sometimes you may even get to make some friends along the way. And then again, maybe not. See, buddy. After a while, we got a pretty good sense of this area and noticed that there wasn't a whole lot of fish around. Both Chris and I thought maybe that had to do with the fact that there was quite a few seals swimming in the area, but our friend Fred had also told us that he had been here once before and didn't see a whole lot of fish activity, but he did say there's a lot of really cool topography to check out, which it definitely was. But we were just kind of holding back at the same time because Fred told us, just wait, we're going to go to a spot that you're really going to like and we're going to get some fish. So that's what we were getting ready for next. So yeah, we were really excited for this spot. It was super fishy, full of structure, lots of kelp, and we wasted no time in turning our attention towards hunting a few of these fish while being out here. This area has an allowance of 1 rockfish and 1 lingcod each, which we all managed to pull off. And this was actually a clean miss, but it's the only clip I had of me shooting one of these rockfish because my camera was off for the real one, which is this guy right here. Some of these lingcod are a little too small to harvest, but it's still fun to appreciate their beauty while looking around for a big one. And at this point, we all have a rockfish on our stringer, so the search is on. And here's Fred on his way up from spearing his lingcod from way down below the visible horizon. Needless to say, he was happy to pull it off and land a good shot placement at the same time. Fred, this was a beautiful fish, and it was awesome to catch you swimming up with it. Shortly after that, I was back on the hunt and spotted a decent sized male greenling, which I decided to add to my stringer. These fish are similar to a lingcod but smaller and much more abundant. The limit is 3, but in this case, 1 felt like enough. And then almost right after that, Fred called me over to tell me about a big lingcod hanging out by his feet. Thank you, Fred. This was a very nice fish indeed, and I really appreciate the invitation to come out with you guys on your new boat. This was an amazing day on the water. Thank you so much. That was pretty much the end of this particular outing with Fred and Laurie from East to West Freediving. If you guys are at all interested in trying some of this stuff out, I do suggest going down to their shop in downtown Victoria and saying hi.
It was quite a haul.
Yeah. Good catch, guys. I think you get the wing of the day, the linger over the day. It's awesome, dude. Good work.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I think mine's in there. Hanging it out.
It's all really close up because my other camera is somewhere. Not very handy, but there's a fish. Wait, on ice. On ice. Just gonna go to my cousin's place where I can process all this and use his vacuum sealer. There's the Lingcod. And I'm gonna keep the greenling, and I'm gonna put this in their freezer too, but I'm gonna keep this little rockfish here too. Right there. So this will come into my van. The rest of it will stay here because I already have some Lingcod in my freezer in the van anyway, but I'm gonna have a little bit of rockfish too. All right, funny enough, I'm back at Saxe Point, you guys. I'm just waiting for the kids to move on, but my friend Fred, who just went over there to go meet his work buddies, just came by and he gave me a hot dog. Thanks, buddy. Fred was one of the guys I went diving with on that boat on that trip. So anyway, I keep bumping into him here in town. It's pretty cool. So yeah, anyway, I'll tell you about the charger. I'm at 100% right now too. The thing rocked it on the drive down here, and I've got some fish tacos that I'm gonna cook up and just cook it all right here with the DJI Power 1000. I've got that thing just sitting right up there with the induction. So that's the plan. And anyway, hang tight. I'm gonna enjoy this hot dog. I haven't had a little hot dog like this in a long time. There's ketchup on it and everything. I've got leftover pineapple mango salsa that I'm gonna have with the tacos, some cilantro, and then here's the rockfish fillets right here. So I'm just drying them off on the paper towel, and they're gonna go straight into that. I'm just gonna slice them up into little bits so that it's a little bit more taco friendly. I invited my friend Jordan to come down, but he's got a headache today, which is too bad. Last time we did this exactly at the same spot. We made some fish tacos the day after a dive day and hung out here. There was a film set going on and it was kind of fun that day. I'm gonna get my thermometer, just check that fish. Oh yeah, that is good. Alrighty, tortilla time. And this stuff is amazing. Just salt and pepper, and it's perfect. It probably stayed in the pan just a little bit too long, but it's pretty good. It's going to a nice juicy taco with that salsa. It's gonna be nice. There it is, guys. Man, it's so good. I know I had this the other day, but I got leftover salsa, so I'm just going with that. This particular one. I might as well come down and take a look at the ocean again. I cleaned up back there. Like, couldn't eat any more, but there's leftovers. I'm just gonna pick at it while I sit in the van and get some work done. Anyway, here we are, Saxe Point. It's beautiful out. There's a group over there that just got in the water to do some, looks like snorkeling, freediving, that kind of thing. So they look like university kids, but it's cool to see a bunch of people just randomly coming out and doing some similar things that I do, and that's neat. There's quite a community of snorkelers and freedivers in Victoria. Anyway, I gotta go back to the van and get back to work on all this video editing stuff. So that's the update. Much love, everybody.
It's kind of almost a bit too late to share a bonus clip, but I like doing it at the back end of my videos. So here is a dive that didn't quite make the cut for the video. Right on the top of this rock is a great big Cabezon, which is this beautiful fish. I had an excellent shot, but I knew at this point I wasn't going to shoot him. I just wanted to film him and enjoy being down here. I was actually going to do another dive on him, but he did spook right about now, and that was the last I saw him. And nobody else saw him that particular day either, so he's still out there somewhere. Anyway, yeah, super awesome day. Really nice dive out there, but we'll see you guys later on. Stay tuned.